Hi, Betty here with Compliant Healthcare Solutions, and I am the creator of the 2021 E&M Solutions cards. So I just wanted to show you our product, and then we're going to go through and demo them for you so that you can see how each one of them works. But I just wanted to show you the cool thing about all of them, no matter which one you get, is that they're not laminated. They're made of a plastic. So there's going to be no fraying at the edges, nothing's going to peel off. These are going to stay good for as long as you have them. And knowing CMS will probably have the same guidelines for another 30 years, so you might be using these for a while. So just kind of watch the rest and see, and I will demonstrate how each one of the cards can be used. All right, our last product I want to show you is our physician pocket cards. Well, we call them pocket solutions because they are good for physicians, but they can also be used by auditors, coders, anybody else too, and other providers that see patients. But the reason why I call them a pocket solution is because, as you can see, I got my lab coat on, my doctor's coat, and the cards slip right inside. So as long as the physician's coats can fit in an iPad mini, they'd be able to fit the pocket card. So now looking at the pocket card though, the way that the physician or other providers are going to use them is it just has the specifics of what's needed for each code. If they're doing one by time, the times are already on the card here, so they would just have to circle it and they're done. If they're doing it by medical decision making, we've got them across and they would circle each piece that they were doing. So if their problems addressed were in the 4 range and their complexity of data was in the 3 range and their risk was in the 4 range, they can just draw their little line here, and that's a 99214 or 99204. If they have a 3 and then a 2 and a 2, then they have a level 2. So they can just go through and do the little circling. Now they can either just do it with their finger, or like with our other cards, they can do it with a wet erase marker, and when they're done with that patient, they can just wipe it clean. And this is another test that we did. Now this one's actually even longer. It was back from 3/22, so that was 8 days ago that we put it on here to test to see how long, because sometimes physicians will forget to wipe it off at the end of the day. They just kind of leave it in there. So if that happens, even after over a week, it'll still just wipe right clean. So as long as you keep either a spray bottle and a dry cloth or dampen a cloth and wipe it, you don't need anything else to do it. It'll just wipe completely clean. You might want to, shake it to let it dry a little bit if you're using a wet erase marker, because it might get a little fadey until it dries. But then it's just ready to go again, nice and clean, and they can just keep using it over and over again. And also what we did for the physicians or other providers, because the way that they've changed the guidelines, the definitions, as we've talked about, are so important now, and some of them are different than what we've been used to using them as, and sometimes the physicians and other providers just are like, I don't know, what is acute or what is complicated, I don't know what they're trying to say. So on the back of the pocket cards, we put some of the main definitions that may drive a change in level, and then we highlighted the portions here and put the portions in here that are different, or that the physician or other provider will need to pay attention to, because that's what's going to drive a code change. Maybe up, maybe down, but to the right code, which is the most important thing. So you can lose, like for example, stable chronic illness. The important thing out of there is that it's stable for the purposes of categorizing MDM is defined by the specific treatment goals for an individual patient. A patient that's not at treatment goal is not stable. So, that's right out of CPT. So it's, their official verbiage on it. So there's no guessing about what you think it means. So that's what is on the back of the card to make it a little bit easier. So they can just go from the front, and if they have a question about one of the things they're reading, they can go, flip it over to the back and take a look. and then just choose their code that way. But it's something nice. They can carry it around, as I said, in their pocket. As long as their pockets will hold an iPad mini, they will hold these cards. Or they have a standard pocket, which is like 8.5 by 7.5. These will fit in there and in and out, so that they're easy and quick and they can carry them on them. Or you can put them in the patient rooms or in the physician's offices, whatever you would like to do with them. But they're a nice, easy reference for them, and once you show them how to use them, and you showed them maybe on the other solutions how to do it, then this would be a nice quick reference for them to keep around for themselves. They could just pull out and go, oh yeah, that's right, and then be a little bit more confident in their leveling of services, because we all know that the government and other payors are probably going to be taking a look at our E&M levels now that we've made this change. So we want to make sure that our documentation is supporting all the services that our physicians and other providers are doing, so that they get paid right. So I hope you found the demonstrations helpful. Please visit the website at chcs.consulting, where you can watch them again, or look at our product line, or see some of our other solutions on the website that cover things that we do, such as E&M education, telehealth education, auditing, and just general consulting. So all of the things that we do at Compliant Healthcare Solutions are to help keep your practice and your business compliant.